now. And we're live. Hey, everybody. Welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star. Today is April 20th already. Can you believe it? We are almost done with April. It is Tuesday. It is time for my live show, and I have very special guests with me tonight. You guys are over there. Two of my very, very close and dear friends, as well as very successful resellers within our community. Bill and David, say hi.
Hi, hi everyone. David.
I have to let everyone know that you guys are successful.
Right, look, the name's underneath your picture.
I'll just gush on and on. I absolutely love these two guys.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that. Thank you.
They're two of my favorite human beings. I was there in Vegas when David proposed to Bill. Couldn't be at the wedding, but yeah,
that was unfortunate. But yes, you were there.
Things happen
for the first magical night. Well, one of many.
You were there for the engagement.
Right. Well, and I was on the video call for part of the wedding reception. So
yeah.
But they're not just here because I love them dearly and they're my friends. They're here because they are both full-time resellers who worked their way there from having full-time jobs and kind of doing this as a hobby, which we're going to talk about in just a minute, but I'm going to say hi to some folks in the chat.
Okay.
Hi.
Danny's here, guys. He says, oh my God, you made my favorites. Danny knows the guys in real life. He used to work with them.
Yes, he's the one that got us into this.
He's the one who suggested eBay to us.
Yes.
Yep. And I've met Danny as well. He came out here to visit, and we had dinner and shopping, and you guys were there, and Sydney. Robert's here, guys. He's got the blue wrench, the zombie hunter. Say hi to Robert. He's a moderator. Bother him a lot.
Robert. Hi, Robert.
He put 2 frogs and 2 hippos.
My chat's not working right. Continue. Sorry to interrupt.
Hunter's here. Welcome in. And Rhonda and Amelia, the amazing mother-daughter team, longtime viewers, are here. I'm going to refresh this because I usually just kind of riff a little bit until we get a bunch of people in before we jump into the meat. So let's riff a little bit.
Okay.
It is April 20th, so we're almost to the first month of the second quarter. Believe it or not, it's been a year since the shutdown, over a year. So time really does fly.
First month, second quarter. Yes. Yes, it is flying by.
I mean, we are going to be packing our house next month, and we'll be visiting you guys in June because we got to go get my storage unit.
Yes.
So,
right. Pennsylvania will miss you.
I will not miss Pennsylvania. I'll miss you guys, but I only see you guys a couple times a year.
Well,
we'll see you.
We have friends down in that area too, so we'll gladly come to Florida anytime we say, come on down. We're going to jump in a car and head on down. We got other friends in the area too.
Yeah.
So
you'll have to. We'll have to. He says, visit me too. Yes. Actually, I have plans on bribing you as well, Danny, to come out and help Keith with the storage unit with some food and some beer and stuff.
Well, Danny wanted to know,
hey.
Because I can't lift or anything with my back, so Keith needs help. And I'm willing to buy dinner and 6-packs and whatever we need.
I mentioned it this morning. He popped over to the flea market to see me this morning, and I mentioned that you were coming into town. He's like, "Oh, let me know when she comes in. I want to." So I'm like, "Yeah."
And if he can't come out and help, we can still come out and eat dinner with us.
Absolutely can't.
He's only 15 minutes down the road, so he'll definitely be here.
Yeah. So. Everything willing, we're going to be in Florida in June or July, but that's everything willing. There's some more litigation that has to happen with my ex-employer. I've never signed a non-disclosure, but I just don't talk about it. One day I will. I want to wait till everything's settled, and then we will talk.
Probably best.
But I can't control the court systems, and everything's on hold because of COVID, and so.
Yeah.
Supposed to move a year ago, and everything keeps happening. I think everything happens when it's supposed to, though. So we'll see.
That is true. I believe that as well.
I would like to share some exciting news. Today is my youngest grandson's 1-year birthday.
Yeah. Shout out.
Happy birthday.
Born in the middle of this COVID pandemic.
Yeah, I remember that. He's cute too, guys. He's really cute. Bill has good genes.
Oh, he didn't get the looks from me.
Sure you did. You're handsome. Right, David?
Yes. Yes, you did fine.
Danny is here and Letitia's here. We're coming out. Danny wants to know the date. The first weekend of June, so 4th, 5th, and 6th of June. We want to avoid Memorial Day and kind of push it out a little bit more because of COVID and everything, but the first weekend of June. And Debbie's here. Hey, Debbie, welcome in. So I think we got some folks in the chat now. We got a question here. Hey, Jacob, welcome in. Robert says, buy him a plush. Star and I have a few. I have an old store that is pointless. Should I delete it and start over? No, just revamp it.
Yep.
Especially if it has
revise it, look it over.
Yeah, revise it. They have add a banner now right on your seller hub. You can create a banner with Canva or PicMonkey. They both have free and paid options. I'm not affiliated with them, but I use Canva. Rockstar Casey uses PicMonkey. He also likes Apple products, so you might want to refrain from anything he uses. we argue about that all the time. But yeah, you can just revamp it. Just start listing stuff in there and get it active every day. Be active in it, and you should be fine. I think you can rename your store too. I'm not sure about that, but I think you can.
I don't know.
Okay, we're gonna get to the meat.
Yay! The fun part.
So, y'all, we're going to talk about the mistakes that we made. Hi, Kenneth. So the thing is everyone started from nowhere. Everyone started with nothing. Even the 6-figure power sellers with 5,000 feedback, not mentioning myself. But even all of us that you see that are so successful, that are making money, that have scaled up, that are doing wholesale, that are doing flea markets or whatever we're doing, we all started at zero knowledge, zero capital, floundering about. I mean, there are very few resellers. I do know a couple that will research and watch tons of YouTubes and stuff before they even jump in, but they're still starting from the bottom. We all had to learn. And I think one of the best ways as human beings to learn is through our own mistakes or through other people's, right? So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to share our mistakes with you. And hopefully, if you haven't made these yet, now you won't make them. You can learn from our mistakes instead of having to make your own.
That would be nice.
Yes. In fact, actually, that was when I first started this YouTube channel. Real quick side note. Believe it or not, when I first started this YouTube channel, that was the point of it. And that was why the very first video I ever made was about Beanie Babies, because I really wanted to teach the community through my own successes and mistakes. So show you what I'm doing right. And you guys know I always show you what I do wrong. I show you when I flub up shipping and I lose money. I show you the pieces of poop that I sell and have sourced. I show you the what sold videos with the bad photographs and all of that. So I always show you guys when I screw up because I'm human too. I'm not perfect. Believe it or not, I'm not perfect. Jamie's here, Jamie J. Yeah, you have some good feedback that you would like to save. Keep that store, Hunter. Robert says he has renamed his store. And Carrie Berry's mom is here. Do you guys remember her from Vegas? Hi, Carrie Berry's mom. You guys met her. You may have been drunk as we were in Vegas.
One of us was anyway.
I might have been drinking. There's a chance.
We don't drink. All right.
Not at all.
What am I
Especially in Vegas.
What am I to do?
What happens in Vegas
Stays
in Vegas and on YouTube.
Except for that.
Yeah. So we each have a list.
We each have a list.
We each have a list. And what we're going to do is, that's all we've seen of each other's lists is just like hey, I made a list. So since we both did, we're going to go back and forth these. And you guys can start. Tell us a mistake that you made.
Oh, we get to start? Let's see.
Where do we want to start? I guess
I'll just start.
The drum set, yeah.
We'll start at the top here at the drum set. Early on, one of our big ones was not paying attention to weight for shipping and dimensions of boxes and whatnot. I think it was actually before they went to the full like dimensional shipping. Either way, it still bit us. We had an Xbox drum set that we paid like $5 or $10. We had a couple of them. Didn't weigh it right. Didn't realize how it was actually going to box up once it kind of came apart. So our dimensions were off. We probably lost about $20 in the shipping. We charged shipping, but we didn't charge nearly enough.
Oh, yeah, that's the one we did on free shipping. Remember?
No, we
did two of them.
We did two of them, and one of them actually got returned.
Because
we paid for the return shipping.
I got so excited at work because we were working at the time, so we would post things and then head on to work. And if we sold things, we would look at our phone where we're not supposed to. And I saw the drum set, and we worked in the same department, same area. So I ran over to him. I'm like, we sold that drum set for like $100. We get home, It was free shipping, going to California.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't weigh it right.
We did go to California.
And by the time it got to California and we paid it all done, we paid $10 for it. I think we made a $10 profit.
Well, and I have found in my journey and Keith's journey, every time we make a shipping mistake, it's never here or even the Midwest. It's always Hawaii or Puerto Rico or California. Every time there's a screw up with shipping, it's always really far away. I've always noticed that.
Yeah, diapers to Hawaii, adult diapers that really didn't have much money in them.
With free shipping. He was in Virginia, and I was at the bins. I'm like, oh, my God, they just pulled out all these. There was like 40 of these adult diapers. And I'm looking up on eBay, and I'm looking up on Amazon. I'm seeing that they're going for a lot of money. And I got on the phone with somebody that I connected with Amazon. Like, yeah, they'll sell. So I bought them all, came home with them. We had 50 packs of diapers in the house.
Didn't sell
one of them
until Hawaii.
Yeah, we sold 4, and we got excited for $36. Then we saw they're going Hawaii free ship, and it cost us. I think we lost. And it cost us $10.
But I think you guys have touched upon something here too that I see a lot of new resellers making this mistake. If you screw up, don't cancel the order.
Good point. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and you want to keep your customer happy and eat the cost. That's
you want to keep the customer happy. You don't want dings. You don't want negative feedback.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So when you screw up and you're going to have to eat some money on shipping, you're going to have to eat some money on shipping and just call it a costly mistake.
Yep.
Because I think canceling it is worse. And then if you're doing things right, you're going to make money sometimes on shipping. So even out. Yes, that's the other thing. Don't refund shipping. I know this is a huge argument. I know this comes up in Casey's group all the time. And you have all of the I wear my heart on the sleeve tree huggers telling you it's the right thing to do. I sleep well at night. Honey, I sleep well at night too. It's called capitalism and owning your own business and making profits. Well, that was really snotty, wasn't it?
No. I debated that early on.
I sleep well too because I make money. I don't give money away.
I did. I debated that very topic early on because I felt like, I overcharged them like $5 or something. And I mean, we charged shipping. They paid for it. They saw what it was going to be. They paid for it. They knew what they were getting. So if I wound up miscalculating it a little bit and I got a little bit extra, I'm not going to call them up or message them and say, hey, here's $3 back. Because
I mean, it works.
They could have refused it, and I wasn't out to get them.
Right, but
mistakes a little bit in that direction too.
If you screw up and it costs more, you're not contacting them to pay you more.
Well, exactly, right.
So we get a discount for a reason. Here's the thing, what people don't understand. Let me just touch on this real quick. If they pay you $20 for shipping, you're giving $3 off the top to eBay, give or take a little bit in fees.
Mm-hmm.
If it costs you $17 to ship and you're a bleeding heart who gives them $3 back, you've just lost money because you've given them your fees.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
eBay takes their fees out of the shipping also. You've also got supplies that you're paying for, your time. Refunding them is just basically taking away from your bottom line and your capital. And I don't see anything wrong with like you said, they see up front. If this is $50 free shipping in my store and it's $40, $10 shipping in David's store, either way, they know that they're paying $50.
Correct.
And they're okay with that when they purchase it. It's fine.
I ship it for $8.
And we get a shipping discount.
$10, and that covers the eBay actually.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So
we get a shipping discount because we're a business and we should absolutely take advantage of it. And if we make a couple cents, we make a couple cents. You're not doing anything wrong because you're charging the same as people with free shipping, basically.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So if I see you guys, I do a lot of free shipping. Keith and I do a lot of free shipping. If we see something that you guys have listed for $200, 10 shipping, we're going to put it up for $210.
Sure. Why
so
not?
It's the same thing. So that is like one of my pet peeves, and I know that Casey takes a lot of heat from people for saying that. So I'm going to say I back him up on that decision. Don't refund shipping.
No.
See, you guys do too.
I agree with that.
So what was yours?
Yeah. What's one of your early on big mistakes?
Well, I have shipping on my list too, but for a different reason.
Okay.
So we made a lot of mistakes in the beginning, like you. We didn't really understand dimensions and all that. But silly me, for a long time, I didn't know that padded flats existed when I first got started. And so when we were outsourcing, I always avoided jeans and pants and anything that was going to weigh over a pound. I avoided because I didn't want to deal with the costly shipping, because I did send a pair of pants to Hawaii in a box, a pair of jeans. Dumb, right? That is so stupid when I look back at it. I'm like, I sent a pair of jeans in a box to Hawaii and ate the cost. And then I discovered padded flats, these things, $8 to ship. And now jeans, other than Plush, jeans are my absolute favorite thing to source. Look, this is my last thread-up box behind me under the Hippos.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
That's the last one I have to go through before we don't get any more for a while. But I love jeans now, but I didn't know about the padded flats. And I shipped a couple, some pairs of pants in a box, and I was like, geez, that was too expensive. And then I avoided jeans, and those are a big moneymaker.
Mm-hmm. Jeans are a nice moneymaker.
Absolutely.
And I know of padded flats because I've watched you. And I didn't know about them until I saw you talk about them early on.
You can I can get 2 to 3 pairs of plus size jeans in a padded flat.
Why do you do that?
What? I don't want to move the Hippos. Fold them. Here, I'll show you. You guys have to move for a second.
I got 2 men's 40 32s in one the other night, and I was really impressed with myself.
I'll show you real quick.
What?
Let's pretend these are plus size. Okay.
Okay.
And they're gonna have to be sloppy now. Sorry, Hippos. So fold them in half longwise. We'll pretend these are really small, but pretend these are plus.
Okay.
And then you take your other pair, same way, in half, and you lay them on top of each other.
Okay.
You fold it in half again, like that.
Okay.
And you usually, with plus sizes, you'll have this little bit of material here. Yeah. You just tuck it in.
Yep.
And then you fold it in half again. And you can shove that in. You can shove that in there.
Okay.
You can also put a blow dryer on low heat.
Blow dryer.
I heard that.
She told us about the blow dryer.
Yeah. But yeah, if you just fold them together, I do that with shirts and stuff too.
Okay.
So just you got to tuck this little piece in and fold them together like it was one pair.
Gotcha.
See how big that is?
Nice hat.
It's going to go in there. I may not be able to do it sitting down.
Also, do you have your hair dryer handy?
No, sometimes I stand up and then I'll have Keith help me, but by leaning on it so I can close it. But if it fits,
I do enjoy when we have somebody buy 2 at once, and I can do that because it is wonderful. And people they'll send a message sometimes and, hey, can you combine the shipping? And I say, absolutely. If you buy both of these, we can ship them together. And I leave it at that.
Yeah, I always respond with, hi, our listings have free shipping. So yeah.
I'm sorry? I didn't hear you.
We actually get people asking us to combine shipping.
Yeah, well, if they don't ask to get it cheaper, I'm just like, I can ship them together. I don't.
But we have free shipping.
It often doesn't. Well, you do free. That's right. You do free shipping. We charge shipping on everything. So I
also get messages asking me for the measurements that are in the description because no one reads.
Yeah, we have that. Oh my!
All right, next.
Who's next?
We went. There's an auction up in the area. It's about an good hour's drive from us. And every first of the month, you can go up during the week and do silent bidding on it. And before COVID, you'd go on a Saturday all day. It would be from 9 to 9, and they'd take a little 10-foot section, and they'll do a silent bid on it, and whoever wins the bid, you win it. Well, we were watching American Pickers, and we were on these radio tubes, the little radio tubes.
Yeah, like,
and we had heard on
RCA,
American Pickers that these things are worth money. So before they got to the section, Dave and I spotted them, and it was a case full of them.
It's about 200 of them.
And the guys must have been a salesman. Anyway, the bidding started, and it got up to like $175, and we were looking at each other. Should we? And we're like, yeah, it's like $600. We can make money on it.
Yeah.
We get them home.
Yeah, but we won it at $175. Yeah. Me and this one woman were going back and forth, writing our bids down, and I got caught up.
We get home, we do investigating on therapy, find out that the
deeper investigation, because I did it on the. I'm not a fan of auctions because I don't like the pressure of doing it like right then. If I learn a niche or something and go after something, that's kind of what I'd like to do, but I didn't with this item, and I got caught up in a moment.
So
yeah, I don't. Whenever there's pressure,
lost money on it.
So I was dragging it to the flea market for like 6 times. Some guy came up and he looked at him and he says, "How would you ask him for that?" I'm like, $100. He said, "I'll give you a 50 for it right now." I'm like, "Just take it." Hey, we'll take the loss. Just take it. We lost 100.
We carted it around for a year, I think, before.
So
for that, for me, learning, not to be pressured or.
So now we learn that we make sure we investigate things before
a little harder before we buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's different. Like if I go to an auction with Plush, I'm not going to feel that pressure now. But had I done it in the beginning, I would have made so many mistakes.
Yeah.
But that's the point of tonight's show is what we did wrong to get to where we are. And hopefully people will learn from us and be able to just skip all the mistakes and go straight to the success.
Absolutely.
Because I want everyone to be successful. And I know I've said this on this channel before and I've said this on Instagram, but there's a lot of room at the top. There's room for all of us.
God, yeah.
Yes, there is.
We're finding that out.
Yes, there's room for everybody up here, guys.
Like we say, it's crowded at the bottom.
It's crowded at the bottom. There's a lot of room up here at the top.
Yep.
And I don't know if you saw on Instagram, I posted that meme a couple weeks ago that said, "You can't compete with me because I want you to win too."
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
I love that one. Absolutely.
Yeah, you can't compete with me. I want everyone to win. There is so much room up here.
Everyone up.
Yeah. Especially with Plush, and I've talked about this before too, but you and I could go into thrift stores on different sides of the country and probably come out with some of the same brands of similar button front shirts or shoes or jeans. But the chances of people finding the same Plush as me, the same characters, yes, but are you going to find the same exact Plush all the time over and over again? It's not as common. So I don't mind sharing knowledge of Plush. There's plenty of room for Plush people at the top. Right, Robert? Robert will say no because Robert's greedy. No, I'm kidding. Robert is not greedy. I just like to pick on him. But, yeah, there's plenty. I don't know what to do with Hannah.
Did she fall off?
So what was your...
To get to those, she's just being a turd. Here, put her in a chokehold. Now he's going to fall. Watch. Oh, he's going to fall. There he went.
They both took a tumble.
What was your number 2?
Beanie Babies.
Okay.
Beanie Babies.
I'm going to go ahead and lump 2 of mine together.
Okay.
Beanie Babies and Black Diamond VHS. I think a lot of folks, that's a common mistake for beginner resellers because there's money laundering that goes on eBay. Number 1. I mean, I can't explain in these sold listings any other way. It's got to be shill bidding. It's got to be money laundering somehow. Because I just sold a Beanie Baby for $12, and you're going to tell me the same Beanie Baby sells for $1,000, $6,000, $10,000. No.
There's a way to find out if some of those auctions weren't like a decimal point error and they show up on Tarific because they can't pull it out of the system and they cancel those sales. I saw something that made me think that the other day on like a pair of jeans or something that sold for like $14,000, some Levi's. That, I mean, I know Levi's but they weren't vintage like that. Something weird about it. I wonder if that's like an error that just can't get pulled out of Tarific or something.
I just think it's people being turds. I don't know.
Money laundering's another. I mean, I had never thought of that. I mean, certainly people do.
Right, but then the other problem is lay people at garage sales and lay people who write these social media articles on the internet. If they don't resell, if they don't understand eBay, if they don't actually know the worth of something, and they just see these sold listings for crazy prices, they write these stupid articles.
That's true.
And it gets people that are brand new. Oh, I just read and I did too. I just talked about this last week when Robert was on, and I told the whole story again. I won't go into it. Watch last week's live show with Robert. But briefly, we bought a lot of them, and I was sitting on the floor with piles of them, and I thought I was rich. Like, I really believed that this one was worth $14,000 and one was worth $15,000 because I didn't know better.
Okay,
right.
There were articles about it. They were showing up in the comps. I was looking at Beanie Baby collectors' websites, and the Black Diamond VHS the same way. Keith was looking for them, and they're not worth money, guys. You're not going to retire on Beanie Babies.
Unless there's a number on the cover or something like that, will they be worth some kind of money?
No.
Not even. That's the whole.
Yeah.
Remind me the Black Diamond
on the
huh?
The Black Diamond VHS. What was that one again?
There's certain versions of VHS Disney old
Disney. Yeah.
that have just like a Black Diamond. I should have brought it up.
Yeah, we have one.
We actually have one up listed.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to get what. Yeah,
No, it's not. We have one that we have on hand to test DVDs with, or DVD VCR combos. That's what we do with our Black Diamond, guys. It's a test tape. It's not worth any money. It's Beauty and the Beast, by the way.
You know what else is a trip? These people that have yard sales and they go on eBay and they put up the eBay price, and then you look at it and you're like, oh no, that's not what it sells for. And they're like, yeah, it is. And I'm like, no. They're like, that's what it's listed for. I said, yeah.
Yeah, they're only seeing what it's listed.
Just because it's listed for $1,000 doesn't mean it's going to sell for $1,000.
Correct.
You have to look and see what it actually sold.
But they don't understand that.
I know.
Correct. That's right.
Exactly.
They don't know how to properly comp. They don't know what stuff's worth. They don't have tariff.
They're not selling.
You just see, hey, look, my special edition Mountain Dew Zero bottle is on eBay for $15,000. I'm going to print this paper out and put it with it at my yard sale. They don't understand. And I'll tell you what, pre-COVID, when we still used to yard sale, we haven't been since the summer of 2019. But when we used to go, that was the biggest turnoff. If I started to walk in a yard and I started to see eBay signs, I was out of there.
Okay.
I would turn around and walk away. I'm not even dealing with those kinds of people.
Sure.
Those kinds of people have way too much sentimental attachment, emotional and mental attachment to their items, and they give them a higher worth than what they have. I don't want to deal with it.
Sure. No, I get
Done.
Makes sense.
My Felicia. My. Next mistake. My.
Is this us? Are we up?
Are we up?
You're up.
No, we're
Okay.
up.
The next.
I'll
We'll get
talk
into
about this one here up in here
Yeah.
with our inventory.
We have
Okay,
found
that's
out
on mine too.
we want to go shopping on half price days. So Community Aid is out here in Lancaster, and it's a very well organized, and they help like 600 different organizations. Anyway, they opened up one in New York, which is about a 30-minute drive from us. So we went down there one day. We were half price day, and a gentleman saw me put the stuff in the cart. He's like, "Oh, you guys buy stuff?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, I got all this stuff at home." He said, "You guys are more than welcome." Well, I was by myself. I was excited to get Dave. We drive down there. He had.
You're driving me nuts, but I'm listening.
That's
No,
fine.
you're fine.
The whole garage was filled with Christmas and up in the rafters and all this stuff. And we wound up, that was actually the day we had to buy a storage unit because we bought 2 trips. We went down to this guy's house to fill the truck up.
Yeah, well, we filled up my car, and then we came back with my car and his car and filled it up also. And we wound up spending a few $100s with this guy over the course of a couple visits.
So then he says, "Oh, I got more stuff. Come on down." So like, we thought we were hitting jackpot. We go down to his house. We spent like $500 with this gentleman. 2/3 of it's sitting in the storage unit, and I can't even move.
It didn't comp as well as we sort of thought. See, I don't know how we wind up. Sometimes we'll comp out in the real world, and when we get home, it's not the same.
I'm glad you said that because
I experienced this.
I thought I would be in a thrift store and I would look at solds and listed, and I'd be like, "Oh, well, this pink hippo is comping at $50," and I'd get her home, and I swear to God, any listings I saw for $50 are gone now, and $2 free ship.
Oh wow, that's pretty bad. I was going to say maybe 20.
Can I add a quick?
So anyway, we didn't make any money on that. Yeah. By the way, it wound up not. We've got a lot of it still sitting around.
So now I'm trying to sell it by the whole. They're in plastic tubs, and I got it on Facebook. Pick a tub for $25. Well, people are messaging me more about the racks being for sale than they are the Christmas decorations being for sale.
And I think we got our money back. We just aren't going to make a profit.
Right.
It was kind of a waste of time. But we now have a storage unit, which we do use for other things. It kind of forced our hand to upgrade, I guess.
Quick tip, and I'm not sure if anybody really knows this. I found this out. When comping at the stores, you can get your seller hub on your mobile phone.
Oh, you can go to Terapeak.
If you go to Terapeak on your mobile, when you're in a thrift store, if you go
do that, Star?
If you go into your eBay store and you go to my eBay, and
on your phone.
I'm sorry.
Like through Chrome.
Through your mobile app, you can get to your seller hub.
Wait, through your mobile app?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
You hit my eBay.
I don't.
Oh, nice.
And then this will show up.
It's just hanging away. I just made 1, 2, 3, 4 sales.
Now punch in.
I heard that.
I put in seller
We
hub.
only had one.
Wait a minute. I'm not keeping up. So where's my eBay on here?
Open up your eBay. See the bottom tabs on the very bottom of the app?
Nope.
Do you have? Let me see if I can.
My eBay at the bottom, where you would go into your messages and your help and.
No, mine looks completely different.
Okay. Well, anyway.
No, not anyway. I need to know.
So if you can get to a help and type in seller hub.
Get to help. Go to help.
Do you have a help?
Help?
I hope we haven't gotten too far off target for our.
Do you have this screen?
No, I'm sure that there's other people who are looking at this going, "What the are you talking about?"
Well,
see this screen?
We're on an iPhone.
Okay, I went to help. Now I'm on this.
Yes.
Type in seller hub.
All right, guys, on your mobile app, go to the. Hold on.
Help and
go to the 3 dots, 3 lines.
Excuse me one moment while you guys look at that.
And then scroll down to help, and then type in seller hub, and then I know how to get around after that.
And then you hit done.
Yep.
And then the blue tab, open the blue tab, and now you're in your back office.
Okay, I got it.
And now you can go into Terapeak.
Under research.
Under research. And you can do Terapeak right off your phone.
Okay, look at that.
That's what we do in the thrift stores now.
See, I thought you had to go through Chrome, and I hate trying to go on Chrome.
And then you can lock. And then you can lock your phone with sold and
filter settings.
The filter settings. Comping. You can lock it into solds. So that every time you open your app, you're getting.
Granny says, "C Star, if you had it, I would have an iPhone if I was the type of person who enjoyed withdrawing $1,000 from my bank, walking to a trash can, and throwing it in."
Oh yeah, see, yeah.
That's how I feel about Apple products.
Of my iPhone.
But I didn't mean to get off topic. That's
not off topic. That's really good. Somebody just said what? So I'm going to go over it one more time. Open up your eBay app.
Yeah, you're good at
right?
You do that.
When you first open it up, there should be 3 Sorry, swear word. Okay, why won't it? There's 3 dots right here, 3 lines on the top.
Yeah, hers is different.
Yes.
Okay, hit your 3 lines. This is for Android users. And then you'll come up to this. you'll have a scroll down. Home, notifications, messages, etc., etc. Scroll all the way to the bottom to help. And then you'll have a search. You type in Seller Hub in the search. And then you'll be in your back office. And then under research is where you find therapy, just like on your homepage on the computer.
And that's how we thrift in the thrift store.
I love using that feature.
Okay, so the 3 lines are an Android thing. The My eBay tab you kept telling me about is crap, trash, Apple thing.
Yeah, it's on the bottom of our. Let's see, I don't know if that. Oh, there it goes. It focused. It's on the bottom of our.
Yeah, I'm really not a fan of Apple products.
Anyway,
that's
a trick I learned from another YouTuber. But anyway.
So, how do you lock the solds? Leslie wants to know.
I'd have to send you the video.
So this is just under the regular search.
Yes.
For anything.
You go into. Hold up. Go to.
I don't want to lock mine because I like to look at both sold and currently listed.
But when you look, you go into filters. When you go into filters,
way down at the bottom,
you scroll all the way down to
the little the gear.
The gear.
The little custom.
See
gear.
that little custom gear down there? Right here. You punch on him, and then that comes up, and then you push this button. It says expand all filters. You turn that on. Hold on, let me get back to it. And then you turn it, and then it says lockable filters, and then you turn that on. And then when you go to your filters, hold up. Yeah, hold on a second.
I start.
And then see the
fine. You guys are fine.
And then see the key, the little lock. When you hit it, oh shoot.
Leslie got it.
Anyway, that turns blue. It'll turn gray when you turn it off. And then you turn it blue, it's locked. So every time you search something, you'll get the solds locked in.
Yeah, so I don't recommend locking it because I think you should be looking at both. You should be looking at what stuff is actually sold for historically, but you also need to be looking at current trends. Because just like the best example I could think of is like jeans, Lucky Brand jeans. You might have a couple years ago gone and sold and seen 35 and $40. You go to listed, everybody's at 20 because it took that dive when all the turds raced to the bottom. So, boy, I'm full of opinions tonight. Apple products are crap and turds race to the bottom. But
well, the second
you got to look at what they'll actually sell for, but you actually have to look at the trends right now because things will dip and come up.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, what were you saying, David?
I said you're right about the turds thing, but not about Apple products. Moving on.
Oh, I'm absolutely right about Apple products.
Moving on.
My boyfriend is a computer nerd, and he says Apple sucks too. So,
all right. Well, I'm not a nerd in either fashion. I just know I love my Apple. And
so moving on to your next biggest boo boo.
Oh yeah, she's up.
It's your turn.
Crapple. Robert said they're crapples. I'm gonna start saying that to Casey.
Yeah, that's funny, Robert.
All right. Okay. Here's one of my biggest mistakes that I made. I would zone in on just the color of the week or whatever was on sale. And I don't know how many good items I missed by doing that. So we would go in on 99-cent day and it would be all green tags or 99 cents. So I would go to the rack and I would scan and just look at the stuff with the green tags. Or I would go right to where they had the 99-cent stuff pulled and only look through that. I did that for a very long time. A long time before one day I was just randomly looking at the green or whatever color it was, and there was a pair of silver jeans in between, and I'm like, hey, I've heard of this brand, by the way, which is my favorite brand now, and I sell for $40 to $50 on the regular. But at the time, it was like, I've heard of these. And they were $6.99, so I comped them, and I was like, holy crap. So I brought them home, and I paid full price for them, and then I realized I was doing myself a disservice because there are items that are worth paying up for. There are brands that are worth paying up for, paying full price for. But in the beginning, when we were just getting started, we didn't really do that. We would just literally look for the color of the week or the color of the day, and that would be all that we looked at. And I couldn't tell you how many good, like how much quicker would I have learned better brands? How much faster would I have been self-taught? How much faster would we have built up our store with higher priced items? I don't know. Now, in retrospect, that's how we learned. We were self-taught.
Exactly.
Oh, sure.
And that's great. That's how you learned. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, we learned because we went to the bins and we bought everything. And then we took the first, couple months of profit from that, stopped going to the bins and started shopping off the rack. But then we were just buying everything that was 99 cents, and we would spend $300 and come home with 300 items. And we would learn, these are poop, these are bread and butter, these are bolos. And it's not to say I didn't discover Miss Means and True Religion off chance by finding them on 99-cent days. But
oh yeah,
right.
I think we would have learned quicker had I looked. But again, we were self-taught. The only way we knew, because Keith and I are totally not into fashion. We don't even know brands or anything. We literally go to Walmart or Target and we buy jeans and we go to the comic book store for these.
We do a similar thing.
Yeah.
I am not a slave to fashion at all.
No, I have the same Converse on. You guys remember when you came out to visit in 2019 and I was like, I just bought a brand new pair of Converse.
Yes.
Or was it right before it opened in 2019? I still have the same pair of tennis shoes because they haven't fallen apart yet.
Oh wow. Wow.
I don't
shoes for 3 or 4 years, probably. That's not unheard of.
Another big mistake that we made in the beginning is like with you, we were buying things and we were so excited we threw it in the basket, and then we got home, you find out that the crotch is ripped, the zipper's broke, the button's missing, there's a rip under the collar, and the armpit has a hole in it. And
big mistake.
Yes,
not inspecting it well enough in the store before you go to the register.
So now we go to a bright lit place. We have one basket for empty and one basket's full, and we check every belt loop. We check the zipper to make sure it works, and then we look over the jeans and make sure there's no unwanted holes anywhere, and then it goes in the basket. Same with sneakers. I was buying sneakers just because, these are Nikes, they're great. Then you get home and people message you, what's the life on these sneakers? I'm like, I don't know. And then you look at the sole and it's like there's no tread at all. It's just like,
I'm
exaggerating.
You're exaggerating a little there.
But
I got home a bunch of shoes once. I got too excited at this yard sale. I guess somebody had passed away and her caregiver was selling all her stuff. Not like illegally or anything. Like it was legit. It was kind of like an estate sale, but they had it on the lawn at a neighborhood community yard sale. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to put that on my mistake list. So she had all these shoes out, and she said they were $5 a piece. And I'm like, but what if I want to buy all 100 pairs? Can I get them for $2 a piece? And she's like, sure. And they were all in the box. They looked brand new. They looked really good and taken care of. This woman had some fashion. We were in a very rich neighborhood. But then when I got home, over half of them, when you took them out of the box and did the test, dry rot. But what was I going to do? Stand there in this drive-thru and tear up all her shoes? And I couldn't stand there and the lady's lawn and be like, oh, well, you can't sell those now. Let me just throw them over my shoulder.
I came home with a pair of sneakers not too long ago. I got super excited because they were like $100 sneakers. And I went to photograph them and put them back on the shelf. The sole literally just ripped right off the sneaker. That's how dry rotted they were, and I never knew it.
Glue, whatever, like the entire thing completely separated from the body of the shoe. It was I'd not seen one do that yet.
Excuse my allergies. I actually have.
How many lost products have you had? Will you sell something? How many lost products have you had?
Will you try to find it?
What?
Lost product after you sell it?
Oh, products. I keep hearing credits. I'm like, what? Tons. Because I used to never look. Like I said, we would go in on 99-cent day, and everything that had that tag was coming home with us. $400, 400 pieces was just going in the cart, and we brought it all home. And then, well, this one has a hole, this one has a stain, this one is ripped, this one's zipper doesn't work. Yeah. All right, I'm going to address some comments real quick. Donna says about...
We haven't done much by comments.
Current listings, you also need those to estimate the sell-through rate. Very, very true. You can't estimate a sell-through rate without that. Can you demonstrate how to get to Terapeak on the iPhone? So it's the same steps that I showed, except instead of the 3 lines, you're going to go to my eBay. My eBay.
Well, my eBay on the bottom, and you hit that, and then that takes you to help. There. Yeah. And then that takes you to help, and then in the help box you type in Seller Hub, and then a blue box opens up. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have the my eBay because I don't have an Apple.
Then you go to help.
Help.
And then this blue box opens up. You punch in Seller Hub. You hit search. Blue box will open up like so. You hit the blue box, and you are now in your back office. And I'm trying to. And that was my arm.
It's okay. They're farting on my show, guys.
That was his arm.
So anyway, that's and then you hit.
Darn it.
Can I also
not to do that?
Hey, we need a bit of humor.
You guys are not allowed back. You fart on my show.
It was not.
Can I make a suggestion though? If you guys get yourself up to like $200-300 or 200 or 300 listings, please create some kind of inventory system. We have sold so many things and lost them, and then had to cancel a sale because we didn't have
more than I was.
I'm up next, and that's mine.
Yeah, go for it. You explain.
No inventory. Oh my God!
I didn't mean to steal your idea.
When Keith was helping me make my list today, we were talking about all the mistakes we made when I brought up. We remember when we didn't have an inventory system. Keith said the same exact thing. In the beginning, when you only had 50 or 100 listings.
He's off camera.
I'm trying to be serious business.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
I started.
Away,
you know how silly we can be. He's being silly off camera.
No, I had to step away. I apologize.
Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Train of thought. Oh, when we had 50 or 100 listings, it was all cool. You knew where stuff was. You had bin B and bin A, and why did I do that backwards? But you had bin A and bin B, and that was it. And maybe 4 plush on the bed. We have don't ask why, but we have a bunk bed in our storage unit put together that my plush sit on because I'm 12. Leave me alone. But when we got, I think I even did a video of that in the beginning. Don't go back and watch it. My first videos were so cringy. But we had
Robert.
What?
Told Robert to put it in the chat.
Robert left.
Oh, did he? Okay. One of your mods, put it in the chat.
No, don't put it in the chat. But basically, we just got to a point where we had so much that we couldn't keep up with it, and we did not have any kind of inventory listing. And I was having to play detective. I was having to go back through my photos and figure out what day I listed it, and where did the other stuff from that day go, and is it in that bin with them? And I was having to be Sherlock Holmes every single day. We were wasting so much time trying to find items that we thought we lost. And what had ended up happening was I literally had to take almost an entire month off from listing or photographing anything new and just go through our inventory and give it its locations and make the system that we use now. If we had been doing that from the beginning, never would have been an issue. I wouldn't have wasted a whole month. Although it was a good month. I went back and rewatched Roseanne, which is one of my favorite sitcoms of all time. I rewatched that and Friends that month while I was going through the inventory.
The silver lining to everything.
But I wish we would have done it. I mean, we kind of had one. We had lettered bins, but stuff was just going in wherever there was room.
Sure.
And then we'd forget where it was, and we weren't putting it in a SKU line or anything. So make sure you have a good inventory system, whether you have 2 items or 2,000 items.
It'll save a lot of time and headache.
Headaches. And having to play Nancy Drew. Where's my stuff?
Yeah, we did a similar same thing early on. and it really gets under my skin when I can't find something because I get mad at myself for it.
Well, you know what I did? One of the bags I keep Plush in, I had taped on the number 9 upside down, and I didn't realize it. So I was putting Plush in bag 6.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and I had to go back and flip it around, and then now I have it written down like this.
With the line, yeah.
Yep, like that, and then the 9 has it above.
How long before you figured it out?
It was in the beginning, so I mean we were only had bags 1 through 10 at that point. So, but we thought we lost a bear last week or the week before. Whenever I had, if you watch our what solds, the white bear with all the hearts on it, the milk bear that we sold for $20.
Wow.
I couldn't find it. It was supposed to be in bag 6, and Keith went, did you check bag 9? Because maybe you didn't fix everything in bag 9 back when. And guess where it was?
Bag 9.
Right there.
Bag 9.
Do you know how many times I was threatened to sleep on the front porch because I do the photographing and putting stuff in the bins, and I'm dyslexic, and I don't know the letter E from F or the number 5 from 6, and I wind up putting it in E6, and it's supposed to be F6, and we can't find it. I'm like, oh, let's check bin F. Well, there it is. It's bin F. E's and F.
There's worse examples. But
See, when I misplace something, it's the end of the world.
We won't go down that road. It's not.
And when he misplaces something, it's ho ho ho. I'm like, no, it's not, because you get mad at me. It's not cute when you do it.
We might
go down that road too.
We might do something like that.
I've also dropped stuff coming down the stairs and broke it.
Oh no.
Oh no.
But we don't sell hard goods anymore right now. We took everything except for shoes and Plush, but are those really hard goods?
Not right now.
The remotes in the store, but we're about to take all of those down and wholesale them off so we don't have to move them, because we still have like 500, 600 remotes, and I don't want to move them.
Talk about electronics. Don't buy electronics at a yard sale unless you can plug them in. How many times we got burnt? Oh yeah, they work, and then you come home and they don't work.
Yeah. Third time we're done.
That works.
Yeah. Real quick, do you guys, because Dave wanted to touch on some inventory systems. You crosspost, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What do you have a system in place? So, like, if you sell it on eBay, to make sure you get off Poshmark or the other platforms before you take it down, or make sure it's down off the other platforms? Do you follow me?
He does it every morning.
Okay.
So something that sells from the day before, it's all done the following day, like there's like a cutoff time, or
yeah, but
have you ever had something sell overnight while you were sleeping that had sold and you got burned?
No.
Okay.
Well, knocking on wood.
That's really good then.
So what happens is if something sells on eBay and I know that someone had just recently liked it on Poshmark because I send an offer, I'll go take it down right away because it had interest. But we have like 2,000 items, so the chances of that.
Okay.
I mean, we've had mistakes where something wasn't taken off or got double listed on eBay or whatever, those kinds of mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I mean, first thing in the morning, we get our coffee and I do the unsolds and he takes everything off the platforms.
Okay.
That's like our routine. And then he does all of the Shopify wholesale stuff. And I do all the social media stuff.
Because we do as they sell. So if something sells on eBay, we'll go right over to Poshmark, take it off. And if it's on Macari, we'll take it off. And then we have a little checklist that we check off.
Yeah, you should actually be doing that. You should not do it.
Right. And then Dave takes that and he uses that for shipping.
Well, I used to like text him when something would sell. I mostly took care of the jeans and some hard goods, and he would take care of the sneakers and some hard goods, whoever got to the hard good first, really. And then we would text each other, oh, I took this off the other platform. But
see, that's what we were doing, and it got too confusing, and stuff wasn't getting taken down. So it's his responsibility now, and I don't deal with it.
Okay.
And that way, too, if he doesn't do it, we know who didn't do it, so we don't fight. We know it was him. He made the mistake.
Okay.
I can blame him 1,000% because that's his task.
Okay. I like that.
I like that idea.
I considered doing it in that way, but we set up I don't have it actually in front of me. I just set up a sheet that says eBay, Poshmark, Macari, Facebook, and I check it off. I put the location tag down, and then I check it off. And okay, Bill grabbed it. So I'll do this. And this actually has turned out to be a great benefit. Now when I go to pull stuff out of the bins, you're excused. Are you okay, dear? Do you need water?
No. I just got a scratch pad in my whole face. From my
that's not good. This actually helps me when I go too. I can actually go in and just carry this with me and not have to sit there and go into my phone to pull my items, my inventory. So it's actually kind of nice, and it gives us discipline.
See, I personally think that's extra work you're creating for yourself.
Okay.
It is, but it's a tool for me to make sure that I do it because I wasn't doing it before, and it's burnt us a few times. I've canceled about 5-6 orders because I just didn't take it off.
So we just make sure we do it at the same time every day. So right when we're doing our morning tasks, right before we do shipping, he sees what sold where, takes it off.
Okay.
And that's working for us because there's no miscommunication, there's no cross communication, and it's his job. So if there's a mistake made,
you know where to go.
Because when we were both doing it, I can say that you'd be like, "Oh, you did that. No, you did that," and it would cause some argument. But now I can't be blamed, so don't blame me. Listen, if something gets double posted, maybe that was me, because eBay sometimes does that. I swear they do, because we sold the same Harry Potter shirt 6 times once. Like the same Harry Potter flippin' shirt was in the solds. Wow. It sold. We shipped it, and 5 more times over the course of a year, that same shirt somehow reappeared and got sold. And it couldn't have been in the unsolds. It couldn't have been me accidentally putting it back in from the unsolds because it was sold.
Sure.
Look how mad I still am about that damn Harry Potter shirt.
I think we've had something sell a couple of times for that same reason, but not 6 times. That's great.
Well, Harry Potter's magic. So.
Ta-da.
Ta-da! Ex partis affiliate.
Just believe.
And don't trust your eBay store because we did an inventory last year just as the shutdown happened. We didn't have anything to list. Well, we did, but we did an inventory on our whole store. We went through every bin, and I had almost 4 bins full of stuff that fell off.
You need to do it again. Because I did one last year, right when the shutdown started, and I just finished another one. Look at this, guys. I just finished another one because I said it's spring up again. Wow. Do you guys see all these shirts?
Wow.
All of that fell off since I just didn't know. I did one last spring and last fall.
Wow.
And I just did one in spring again, and that all. Wow. I don't know what it is. There's gnomes. That eat listening.
Those are gremlins?
They're the cousins of the guys that eat your socks from the dryer.
Gremlins are leprechauns. They're not gnomes.
Yeah, right.
Gnomes are sweet.
They're not gnomes. They're gremlins.
You know what I'm doing.
Shit. Anyway. But we've learned from our mistakes and have come a long way. We're still making them. I mean, you're going to always make mistakes.
Oh, I still make mistakes every single day because I'm still a human.
Absolutely. But have we learned from them? Absolutely, we have.
3 years in, we're doing much better, and this is what we do now. That's like you started the show with. We are full-time resellers, and it's a blessing every day. It really is. I wouldn't want to do anything else.
I open my blind every morning. I see my neighbors driving down the street.
Heading to work.
I come down the steps. I have a cup of coffee, and I'm at work.
So. Yeah, I love the commute. I like the commute. Right. I roll out of bed, and I come into the eBay room, and I'm like, hey, I'm at work. I feel like getting coffee, though, and I'm not going to get started for a while. And I like that, too. I can start at 8 in the morning or 2 in the afternoon. I can work in the morning.
He's usually up around 5. I'm usually up around 7.
Ew, it's cool on both parts, but
I like that.
By the time I get my morning started, it's 9:30ish. By the time I get started, He's usually up and running downstairs like 10 minutes after the coffee's brewed, and he's downstairs shipping already.
Yeah, it depends on the day. Like before we came live, I was telling Bill today we had to run some errands. Mm-hmm. We had to go get groceries. We had to do laundry. So today we just got up, for us early. It's 9 o'clock. We got up early. We got dressed and ready, did shipping, and then we did everything we needed to do. And we started work at 3 in the afternoon.
Okay.
After we finished everything. And then we took a break for dinner, and I'm doing this, and then I'll finish work before I go to bed. But you don't have that opportunity if you weren't full-time.
Right.
Nope, that is true.
Well, it's like with me. I got up at 5, left the house at 5:30, did a flea market, had lunch with some friends. I got home at 2, and we basically kind of like just relaxed and took the day. Oh, he trained somebody, and then we kind of like just took a little break and just took the day off, and then we'll go hard at the rest of the week.
Well, you guys know I got glasses, right? Because of my migraines, so I got new glasses.
Okay.
I did not
know that.
I apologize.
Oh, I thought I told you when we talked the other night.
I might have forgotten.
Or I just didn't tell you, and I just assumed that you guys read my mind. But
when you get old, your brain anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, I ordered glasses, and they were supposed to be here by last Saturday, and they weren't. So I called, and UPS, get this, lost them in shipment from the lab.
How long?
And I told Keith, if I didn't have migraines and if I wasn't having such issues with headaches and stuff, they'd be here already. But it's me and it's my luck. So UPS lost them, so they had to remake them at the lab and ship them. So they're supposed to be ready by Thursday or Friday. And I already told Keith I was going to work really hard every day this week, balls to the wall. That's my expression, balls to the wall. And when my glasses are ready, I'm playing hooky because you remember where we went shopping when you guys were visiting?
Yes.
So it's in that shopping center. So I'm going to get my glasses. I'm going to get a new pair of sneakers because these Converse are getting old. And I just said, I'm going to take the whole day off and just play hooky. I'm going to have a lunch out. I'm going to get myself some new shoes or some makeup stuff I've been meaning to get, but I never get to Walmart. And there's a bookstore. Remember the bookstore? I'm going to go in there because that's my thing. I'm such a nerd. I like books. But I just decided I'm going to go get my glasses and I'm going to play hooky, and then I'll work Saturday or something to make up for it. But I like having that freedom.
Yes.
Yep. Grateful every day for that freedom.
Donna says, I didn't know you got glasses either. Honey child, I got some glasses. I got whatever they're called. They're bifocals, but they don't look like bifocal. Progressive.
Okay. I have progressive,
yeah,
but mine's invisible.
Yes, it's like that. But they also put the special tint on it that protects you from the blue light on the screens.
Mine's for the sunlight.
No, I have that, but I also have for the blue light for the computer.
Okay.
I had a whole issue. I'm not gonna bore everybody with it, but it was like 2 months of visiting the doctor and trying to get to the bottom of why my Imitrex wasn't working anymore and why I was having such bad headaches. They changed my migraine meds like 3 times. There was allergy medication involved. And finally, they sent me to an eye doctor, and he was like, how much time do you spend on screens? And I'm like, well, 99% of my day because of what I do for a living. And then I read ebooks all night on my phone. And he's like, that's probably part of your problem too. Like, I'm blind as a bat. I couldn't even see the top line.
Okay.
Out of my left eye.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So my left eye can't see far. My right eye can't see up close. So they're constantly like doing.
Wow. Gotcha.
Like this one can focus up far away and this one can focus up close. And so they're constantly doing this. And he said between that and having all of the screen time, it was causing the migraines.
Okay.
So yeah, I said I wasn't going to start.
Is it better now? You've cut the time. Well, you haven't gotten the glasses, but have you?
No, and I haven't cut the time back either. But I've been better at catching my triggers, so I'm taking the Imitrex more often than I used to, and that's only temporary, I think, until we get them. And then the allergy meds she put me on, I really like. It's helping a lot because I used to get a lot of pressure in here, which wasn't helping. It's a spray. It's kind of gross, but. It's a spray you have to put up your nose at night, and then when you lay down, you can kind of feel it like. But it's really helping, like all the pressure from the headaches in here.
I'm glad that's helping. Thank you for
Robert
that.
wants
Thank
to know
you
what
for the image.
Robert wants to know what he missed.
He missed me talking about my glasses again. Sorry, guys. I'm so excited, though, and I don't even care. Like, I don't want contact. I'm cool with being a nerd. I want glasses so bad because I feel like it's gonna make like a whole world of difference for me. So, but I get to play hooky. I get to go shopping. I'm gonna get new bras and underwear if anyone cares. I'm getting new shoes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I wish I were there. I'd go with you.
I know you would. You'd be my girlfriend. You'd shop with me.
That's fun. Well, I'd still go with you.
I got a couple more things on my list I'm going to touch on real quick.
Yeah,
we're done because we're done. So you've
already been through your list.
Yeah,
well, we could
much.
figure something. Yeah, no, I'm sure I can come up with something.
I'll just really briefly touch on mine.
Go for it.
I have buying all the things, but I think that's how we learned. So I'm not going to count that as a mistake.
Okay.
We just bought everything and learned. But you know what? If you're new and you don't want to spend all the time and all the money on buying all the things, there are tons of YouTube videos you could watch to learn. You can purchase. I have guides for sale, and Casey has guides for sale that are really helpful. I can't really recommend anyone else's guides as far as I know. No, mine are Casey's. Do you guys still do YouTube?
Not so much.
That's I wanted to touch on that real quick because I was going to close out with that. I do not do YouTube anymore. I'm more Instagram. Film something for under a minute, throw it up on Instagram. And
Aren't you fancy?
It's not because of that. It's because I was finding out until I get YouTube, until we get the store where we want it, I'll go back to YouTube.
Maybe.
But I was finding out it was taking me like 4 hours to figure out how to cut and paste and get this up and that up, and it was just
so
we were finding more time in getting.
You Star are really good at like the researching, learning stuff, and then sharing it and teaching people. Not as good at the teaching side of it. So I felt like YouTube might not have been the right vehicle, at least from my perspective, because I wanted to work on the store. I wanted to like build the business on this side of it, and it was taken away. So,
No, I can understand that. And when you're on Instagram, you're showing You're showing what's sold and what you have listed, and people can learn what to look for that way.
Or what I'm doing for the day, or I'll do the flea markets in the morning, and I'll throw that on Instagram, or my packages in the morning, and with a nice positive.
Yeah.
Do a positive saying every morning and a good morning every morning.
So make sure you follow them on Instagram. Gnome and the Frog. I didn't put it in the description box, but it's really Gnome and the Frog.
Yeah, no, it's no.
Literally, if you follow me on Instagram, you can go to my last post about this video and click on their name. It's blue, and then you can follow them. Make sure you're following Robert on YouTube and Instagram. Robert, put your links up over there, kid, if you want to. Kid, he's like not much younger than me, but listen, kid, put your stuff up. You can learn a lot from Robert. He does a lot of what sold. Haul videos are really good to learn from. And this is free. Like, we make some pennies on YouTube from the ad revenue, but it doesn't cost you guys anything. You could watch until you turned blue in the face. You could watch 24 hours a day for a whole week and learn for free. It's at no cost to you. We just get money from the commercials. So,
why listen to Casey for almost 2 months? Because Dan turned me on to Casey, and then I followed Casey, and then watching Casey, I found you, and then that's how we became friends. But I watched Casey for a good, I'd say 6 weeks before I even stepped foot into a thrift store.
Yeah, I watched him a little bit, but I was a different situation. I got hurt at work.
Right.
I was sink or swim. It was learn how to do this or don't, and I think that was a lot of the reason why we just jumped in. But
I started with $20. I ran over to the thrift store and bought a trivia game, sold it for $24, took that money and just...
Yeah, Keith started selling his own stuff, and then he took his first $20 to the men's, and then he just kept turning that over. He started about 6 months before I got hurt and started helping him, maybe a year. But
we didn't touch our money for 2 years.
We did.
Our business, eBay money. We did not.
I had to, because I had to replace the income.
Situation.
Right. We were full-time working.
Yeah. And I also, small tidbit of info if anyone gives a crap, for 4 years I was litigating.
Yep, right.
and I wasn't getting anything from my job, and they were trying to fight it, and it was a whole big mess. So I had to find a way to make money. But if you're not in that kind of a situation, like if you're at a job and you're saving money up to eventually go full-time, like these two did, and Danny did too. Mm-hmm. He did this part-time on the side and saved his money up until he was able to quit his job.
Yeah.
There's lots. You can purchase guides, and I absolutely recommend my Plush guide. It is so chock full of information, you guys. I'm not just saying that so you buy my guide, but it is different than other people's. You guys have seen it. It comes with a booklet. It has myths in there that I busted, myth busting. It's got FAQs. It's got like an actual whole little booklet PDF that I wrote that has a lot of stuff in it, in addition to the sell-through spreadsheet that you're used to seeing when you purchase guides. So mine has a little bit of extra to it because I used to be a content writer, so I wanted to write a book with it. But it's pretty good. Our clothing guide is good. It also has a little booklet. Keith updated that this year. Robert's on YouTube. Watch Casey the Rockstar Flipper. None of us would be where we are without Casey.
Yes. Yep.
I totally agree with that. Yes, absolutely.
Learned a lot.
And then
all you guys.
Through Casey, we met you, and then you turned us on to Dave Ramsey, and then we worked our butt off to pay off our debt, and then we followed Stone. And then through Dave Ramsey, and then through Dave Ramsey, we listened to these different positive motivation speakers, and it just snowballed and snowballed. And we worked our butts off for 2 years and paid off everything but the house, and put 6 months away before we even decided to
go full time.
Yeah,
there's a lot.
Well, we put a year back, and then Keith quit his job to join me. Like with me, it was sink or swim. You're screwed. Your back is hurt. You're not hireable anymore. Like no one would hire me. And even if they did, I'd be fired the first day because it would be like every 2 minutes. I gotta sit down. I hurt. When I work from home, I can sit down all day. I can relax when I need to. If I'm having a really bad day or I'm really tired from physical therapy, I can take a pain pill and take a nap and no one's going to fire me. I love it. But I did this for 2 years full time with Keith doing it basically full time in addition to a full time job. And he put his 2 weeks in last year just before shutdown.
Yeah, I remember that.
His 2 weeks notice, and then his first full day at home, I believe, was March 1st.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then the shutdown happened. And that was a blessing in disguise because we had no inventory because we'd just gotten rid of our death piles.
Well, it was funny, too, because Dave had just gone out and did a huge shopping. Both of us did a huge shopping. For some reason, we just had a stock full of stuff to sell.
We had nothing. We were going through our inventory, hoping things had fallen off. We're like, please let me find stuff to sell off because I need stuff to list so bad. But then we discovered the wholesale, and we started that with Casey. So, like I said at the beginning of this video, things happen when they're supposed to and how they're supposed to. So roll with it, guys. Sometimes if you find that you lose your job, it might be a blessing in disguise. But if you have a good job, don't just quit it to do this.
And look for those silver linings and things, because sometimes they are a little harder to see if you're not looking for them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So that was one other thing, was buying all the things. You don't have to do that. I got 2 more.
Go for it.
I'm going to leave the funniest one for last because everyone knows I can say this all I want, and we're going to keep doing it. Not knowing when to let go, and I know Robert is going to disagree with me over here in the chat, and if Megan Mawiney were here, she would disagree with me. Robert and Megan have things from 5 years ago that they know damn well are poop, and they leave them in their store, and they don't care because eventually it'll sell. I used to be that way. I really was that way, but then I talked with Casey 2019 when we went down there to visit for Halloween. Him and I had a long talk. And he talked me into just drop some of your poop when you get home. So I pulled like 100 items that I knew were poop that I was just clinging to because we paid for it and it'll eventually sell. And our sales shot through the roof. It has something to do with having non-desirable items in your store and your sell-through rate. Cassini sees that you have things that people maybe look at but bounce off of. Or things that are just dragging your store down in the back end. I've done videos on this, so I'm not going to go fully into it, but you can search the channel for them. But when you have a bunch of stuff that drags you down, or Cassini sees that people are looking but not buying, she will literally tell the algorithm that you have undesirable items, and it pushes your entire store and everything you have down in the listings. So you have to know when to let go.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a system now that I run through. When things have been around for too long, they go to $9.99 free ship, first class only, not jeans or anything like that. And then I run them through an auction for 99 cents for 2 weeks, Tuesday through Sunday. I try it twice. If it doesn't sell, I take a hard look at it. Is this poop? Because if it's poop, it goes in a box for Goodwill.
Okay.
And if it's not poop, why didn't it sell? Were my pictures poopy? Was my price wrong? Do I need to recomp this? Because again, things do go up and down. So a lot of items I will pull, rephotograph, and put back in as a new item, and then it will sell. So you have to look at it. Like if it's poop, you need to get rid of it. But if it's not poop, why didn't it sell? What did you do wrong? What's wrong with your title? Do you need to redo your photos? But you have to know when to let go. You got to get rid of the poop, guys. It really drags your store down.
Getting a little better at it.
And see, Robert's disagreeing. But Robert also has almost 4,000 listings. I think if you have almost 4,000 listings, you can get away with poop.
Sure.
You have enough other stuff selling. And he's got enough high desirable. He just put out GameStops. For those of you
I saw the video on it, yeah.
Yeah, he bought out a bunch of GameStops, and he has stuff in his store that's really desirable and has a high sell-through rate. So he can get away with it. But if you don't have stuff like that, ooh, excuse me.
Yeah, that guy has great sales.
Okay, so here's the last one.
Here's your funny one. Here's
not keeping up on our accounting on our books. We are so bad. We are notorious for that, right?
We have our office on 3 different floors. We have the jean room, then we do listing down here, and then we have the main office downstairs. So Dave takes half the coffee table. There's sometimes where the coffee table just has paperwork just like piled, and he's like, oh, I gotta take all day and I gotta log all this stuff. And
I'll let it back up a couple weeks.
He lets it back up a little bit too. But Dave,
yeah, we usually wait till the day before taxes are due and do the whole year.
Oh wow!
Oh no, I'm not.
No, he's not that bad.
No, I wait I go every couple of weeks rather than like on a daily thing. I try to
we
doesn't always work out.
Have like stacks of receipts, and we freak out usually April 14th, and
oh man,
we spend a whole weekend on it, and it's ridiculous. So here's the thing: all our taxes are not filed right now, but they're ready to go. Everything is done. We just have to push send, but we owe a bit. And when they pushed the due date to May 17th, we decided we're going to let our money sit in the bank for another month and collect interest rather than just giving it to the government.
Sure.
Because it's like 10 grand that we owe between the two of us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, even with deductions and stuff. Now, we took a little bit less deductions this year because we're going to be applying for a pre-approval for a mortgage. But anyway, my point is, we were ready to go on time this year, but then they're like, you have another month. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to let that money, let's let it sit in the bank and get interest rather than just handing it to Uncle Sam.
Sure.
I want my 10 grand to earn me some money for another month, right? And then, so we're going to file in May, and then that should be, we can still apply for our pre-approval in June.
Okay.
So that's ready to go. All we have to do is push the button and push pay. That's ready. So then we went ahead and caught up all of 2021. Are you proud? Who's proud? Raise your hand if you're proud. We got 2021 all caught up, all our receipts, all our books and everything. And Keith took over accounting completely 100% since he's been home. He only took over. He didn't. He said he was going to, but we were still bad about it. Anyway, he's doing it. He's got a system now. I go to aquatic pool therapy, physical therapy every Wednesday, and I'm usually gone for about 3 hours. And he does it at that time. So he knows if Star's at the pool doing her therapy, I'm doing the books. And he's been really good. So we're all caught up for 2021.
Good.
We filed our quarterly taxes on time.
Yay.
And our books are caught up. But I kind of have a feeling that once we get our mortgage, I don't know. We'll see what he does. Because they sometimes ask you for the profit and loss for the current year if you're self-employed.
Okay.
So we'd be able to show our taxes for last year and then the profit and loss from this year. They accept QuickBooks and like GoDaddy. So I think he may only be keeping up on it. So if they ask for that for the mortgage, he can be like, here's our profit and loss. So we can get approved.
Sure.
And I think once that happens, he might slack a little. I don't know.
He'd have some breathing room at that point.
But
all the big stuff was done. Yeah.
But I think the only reason we're caught up and we're being so good this year is because we know that we're going to be applying for a mortgage in June.
Priorities, yeah.
You know, but when you're self-employed, that's the only way you have of proving your income is your taxes, and that's how you get approved for a mortgage. And so we were good little boys and girls this year because we want a mortgage. We want to move to Florida, but I don't know if we'll stay up with it.
I have to say, though, all in all, in the 3 years that we've been doing this, I walk downstairs every morning and I open up that door and just see what's in that room, and I'm like, we accomplished this. You know, it's something that I had it was a dream for me, and now it's become reality, and it's awesome. I will never go back to work for the man. I will hustle until my feet bleed before I go back to work for somebody.
Yeah, I absolutely 1000% agree. I may be the hardest boss I've ever worked for, but I'm also the most forgiving.
There you go.
Well, I finally looked in the mirror and I accepted, all my mistakes, and I just look in the mirror every morning and thank God that, I'm learning, and I'm a little, he's tried to put things in place and I would be stubborn, and I come back 2-3 months later and said, oh, you know what? That system you did 3 months ago, I see it now working because I'm that stubborn person.
Oh, me too. I'm you and he's Keith.
There you go.
Same mindsets in the relationships, but
traits.
But anyway.
But yeah, I mean, this is the only job I've ever had where I can literally just decide, I don't feel like working today. I'm going to play hooky. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go on vacation. And do you know what you guys know? It's a bad feeling when you're an adult human being and you have to go to another adult and ask them for permission.
Yes.
To take a day off work. They want an explanation. It's none of your business. What if I just want to stay home and paint my toenails? It's none of your business.
Yeah.
I just want to take a day off work. Maybe I got a new Stephen King book. It's none of your business.
My son's going to Florida in 3 weeks, and my daughter-in-law called me up and said, hey, can you come over and babysit the kids for the week? So now I get to spend the whole week with the grandkids. Oh, God, that's going to be fun.
And not get fired.
The fact that the fact that I don't have to go to my boss and say, hey, I need X, Y, and Z off. Oh, no, I can't do it. Now I got to call my son and say, oh, I can't babysit. I can just say, yeah, I'll be there. What time you want me there?
Yep, I'll be there, and I'll enjoy my week, and I'll still have a job at the end of it.
Yep.
And I don't have to ask another adult to give me permission to do something as an adult.
Yep, and the kids will enjoy it. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's another blessing. So.
Oh, yes, hoarder and training, absolutely. I have to go to the bathroom a lot. But I drink a lot of water and coffee and soda, and I've always been that way. Even when I worked outside of the home, I would drink a lot. And I would have jobs where I would literally have to ask permission to get up from my desk and go pee, or not even just I've worked in the healthcare field too. So if you're taking care of 2 of your patients and you have to wait for someone to relieve you, because I took care of adults with disabilities and you couldn't leave them, some of them you couldn't leave alone. So I would have to wait until someone else came over to watch my girl or my guy that I was with. And so I can go to the bathroom.
Oh, wow.
Not that I didn't love them and didn't love taking care of them, but it's when you can't just go to the bathroom when you have to go to the bathroom, that's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Oh, my.
So, yeah, working from home is definitely... Listen,
but if
you said, learn from our mistakes so that you can grow.
If you're going to do this, do it the right way. Don't just jump in it and say, hey, I'm going to make $1,000 this month. Take the time, learn it, and be patient with it. I was always that guy who was chasing after the quick rich scams. And I finally learned that it takes time to make money. And it took us 3 years, and we are in a really good position right now that we can enjoy life and be happy and not be miserable.
But if you had spent the last 3 years not doing this, you'd be in a different place.
Exactly.
So this is like one of those things where, and Keith will tell you this too, because he had 2 years that he did both while I stayed at home full time, and we saved up our money. But it was really, really hard, and he was always tired. He was basically working two full-time jobs for 2 years, and he was exhausted. At the end of that 2 years, what it paid out was amazing. Now he works from home. He sleeps when he wants. He makes his own hours. And we work well together. So, but you're gonna have to work harder than you ever have for anyone else, so that you can live like no one else.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yep. And be in it for the long
and have
haul,
this up here.
Not just living for today.
Set goals.
Set the goal, have the target.
Well, we've all had jobs where we lived for the weekend, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
You just got through the day to get through the day.
Yes.
I don't even know when it is a weekend sometimes anymore.
Well, I do because I'm OCD. I'm on such routines, but
okay. Mm-hmm. We're trying to take Sundays off now, just to make sure that we have a day off, because we've been known to just work straight through.
You guys. I talked to you the other night. You guys got to have a date night.
Yes.
And because we work Fridays usually, but only half a day, and then we have dinner together and we do movies, and that's our night. And then Saturdays we will work just a little bit, and then he can do his thing and I can do my thing. So he'll play video games and I'll read a book or whatever. Okay. So keep that in mind, guys. You need time for your spouse, but you need me time, because if you aren't happy and you aren't refueling yourself or recharging your own batteries, you are no good to anybody else. Mm-hmm. If you aren't taking care of yourself, you cannot be a good spouse. You cannot be a good parent. You cannot be a good fur baby parent. You can't be good to anybody or for anything if you're not taking care of yourself. So take care of yourself. And yes, you'll hear some Ramsey and some Fly Lady come out of my mouth once in a while, because those are the two people who have changed my life most significantly.
Mm-hmm. Dave Ramsey for sure for us.
Absolutely.
And Fly Lady. You guys, if you don't know Fly Lady and you are OCD or not OCD and totally not organized, you need her in your life. You need her, because she teaches you how to get organized 15 minutes at a time and learn to let it go and not be perfectionist.
That's the other side for that. Yeah.
So
very nice.
Anyway.
All right, guys, we've been up here for an hour and a half. So
chatted a little longer, didn't we?
It's been a while since we've caught up with you on here.
It's been a lot of fun.
It's
And hopefully some of the stuff that we shared tonight will help people out. And,
Yeah. Just save your money, build your capital.
Yes. Best way to do it. I learned the hard way, but that's the way to do it.
And there's free ways to learn too.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you guys have any last words of wisdom?
Words of wisdom. Learn all you can learn.
Be positive every day. We listen to motivation in the morning and all day. First 10 minutes, they say, when you wake up is the most important part of your day.
Yeah, it's when your brain is.
What you listen to guides your day, and we put positive on for first 10 minutes. Either Jim Rohn, all of them. I mean, I can go through a whole list of them. But yeah, every morning he listened to it. I listened to it. We listen to it separately. So.
All right.
Anyway, and thank you for having us on.
Yes.
Hey, yeah, thanks for coming on, guys. I love having you on. You can come on anytime you want.
Well, thank you.
Anytime.
I'm the social media guy, so if anybody reaches out to us, Instagram is the best way to get a hold of me. I don't check my emails. I'm like everybody else. I just let them spam up. But I am on Instagram a lot, so if anybody needs to reach out to us, message us through Instagram or Facebook.
Okay, I'm really bad with messages, so don't ever message me on Instagram or Facebook, or you'll never hear from me. Ever. I never check those. And if you do, you can tag me. I always say the best way to get hold of me is in my Facebook group, Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod. And if you want to be private, you don't want to be in a public group for whatever you want to discuss with me, you can always email me at flippinhipposhelp@gmail.com, or you can send me a private message on Instagram or Facebook and then just tag me in the group and say, hey, Star, I sent you a private message, and then I will go look for it. But I don't check messages. I don't get notifications for messages. I used to, but it was too much of a distraction. And so I had to turn the messages off of my phone. So, plus, if you're not friends on Facebook, I don't even think you get a message.
I don't know. Not sure. Bill's having to grab our power cord because our computer is about to shut off in this last very moment.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it takes me like 3 days even for something I'm friends with. Robert, I'll tell you.
I didn't want to just be cut off and say, oh, where'd he go? So,
yeah,
it's a pleasure. We enjoyed ourselves, and hopefully we helped some people out tonight.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, Robert, throw up the link to my Facebook group if you would. Thank you. He's a mod in the group, Robert. So make sure you're following Robert on YouTube and Instagram. Make sure you're following these guys on Instagram. I always recommend Casey because he's where I got my start, and he's been so helpful to all of us in this chat.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
None of us would be where we were without him. So, absolutely. He's my best friend, but I also think he's really good at what he does. Just like these guys are like some of my closest friends, but I surround myself with winners.
Yes. Surround yourself.
It's funny you said that. I know we want to cut this off, but in the last 2 years, we've gotten rid of so much negative out of our lives, and it's unbelievable what it's done for us.
Yep. Surround yourself with people who are going to lift you up every day.
Yep. When I hear it, I said, you know what? I don't have time for this. Let's move on. And I have to, I have to go.
I'm down to 100 friends on Facebook.
Yeah, we cut ours down too.
I'm like, I can't deal with this nonsense. But yeah, surround yourself with people who are going to lift you up, people that want you to win too. Mm-hmm. And I guess the words of wisdom are not great words of wisdom. Just don't do what I do.
Don't listen to the negative Nellies.
Yeah.
Negative Nellies.
Negative Nellies. Don't listen to them. And hit the like button if you would before you leave. It really helps the channel, guys.
Please.
It feeds into the algorithm. And subscribe if you haven't. And hit the little bell so you're notified when I put out new content.
And thank everybody for hanging in here for so long.
Yeah. Thanks for showing up tonight and hanging out with us. Thank you guys for coming on.
No problem. Anytime.
Absolutely.
And go make some money and be productive. You guys are the best.
Bye.
Bye.
Love everyone. Bye. Bye.